Hey, how's it going, guys? So it's kind of the end of the day. Sun's going down, so that's why I'm kind of holding it at this angle, and that's why the lighting is all fucked. But anyway, a lot of stuff has been going on. Not really a whole lot of stuff, but the stuff that has been going on has been pretty big. So, one thing that happened is I don't have a job anymore, which is, I don't know, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it might be like a blessing in disguise. It's kind of the way I'm trying to think about it, because I don't know, I don't think anybody really watched my other video, but in my other video, the last one I made, I was talking about just like all the anxiety and shit that I had from just working at a dealership and, driving the customer cars and shit like that. And I had a lot of anxiety um, when it came to doing all that. And so, pretty much on Monday, this last Monday, I went into work like normal, like every day. And I was getting a cup of coffee, and um, one of the service writers comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, the boss, he said his name, but I don't want to use names. But he's like, "Hey, the boss needs to talk to you real quick." And I'm like, "Oh fuck," It was like what, 7:45 in the morning. I hadn't even got my coffee yet. Boss wants to talk to me. You know that you're screwed at that point. And I'm sitting there thinking, what did I do? Did I mess something up? Did I forget a hubcap or something? Something like that. And I go into this office, and the foreman's in there too. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? When I saw the foreman, I was thinking it's either going to be really bad news or really good news. And so I sat down and we started talking, and he's like, basically, look, your 4 months is up. We had like a 4-month probationary period. And he's like, look, your 4 months is up. And it's our choice that we're going to have to let you go. And so I was kind of sitting there like, well, can I at least finish this week, And he goes, yeah, you can finish this week, but, Friday will be your last day, right? And so I'm like, okay, whatever, and I go in, and probably 2 hours later, I get a text from my boss, and he says, you know what, actually, you just need to come get your stuff, and we're not going to let you work the rest of the week. We just can't do it right now. And so, whatever, the reason why I kind of see it as like a blessing in disguise is because that job was like a job to get into a career, and like in my eyes, like that was my intention for that job, was to eventually start a career, in automotive work and being a mechanic and stuff. But after those 4 months of working there, I was kind of learning, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. This is not something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I don't know. I'm kind of in a situation where I'm stuck again. I still have a little bit of money saved up from the job, and I have another paycheck that will come in. So I've got a little bit of like of an airbag. I've got a little bit of a cushion right now, but this cushion isn't going to last very long. And so I do have a couple applications already out, just to like, restaurants and hotels and stuff like that, because I think right now, like job wise, I need to find something that won't be like a career, but will keep money coming into my pocket, because there's, I don't know what I want to do right now. That's kind of why I'm making these videos, is because if I put myself out there and put YouTube is crazy, because you can literally make a video on anything. I'm literally sitting in my car right now just talking about my complaints and my struggles and shit like that. And I'm gonna put that online, and that's gonna be my content, but then you can also make like gaming videos, and you can do like literally make movies and put them on YouTube. It's a really cool resource that I don't think a lot of people utilize a lot. And yeah, I don't know, I almost went on a little tangent right there, but right now I just need to find a job that will keep money in my pocket and keep me stable and just set for a little bit until I can figure out what I really want to do. Now, in my last video I was talking about like tattoos and all that, and I think I just had like stars in my eyes for a little bit, because yeah, it would be cool, but I'm not, I've never done tattoos. I've never done a tattoo in my life. Yeah, I've drawn, and I've gotten into it a little bit more, and I've done a couple actual like decent drawings, real basic stuff, not like anything crazy, but stuff that looks presentable, stuff that looks kind of cool, and I'm gonna start posting that stuff on my Instagram, so just go ahead, little plug right there. But yeah, no, I've realized, like, if I want to do like tattooing, right, I've got to get way better at actual drawing and actual like line work, and keeping my hands steady, and keeping the line straight. And there's a lot of stuff that I've kind of realized as I'm like getting back into drawing, like, you got to keep your hands steady. The thickness of certain lines really adds to the overall drawing. Colors are different. You got to really think about, like, if you're doing like a skull, right? Like I was doing a lot of like skulls and heads and all that. You got to think about, like, yeah, it's white, but it's not white, and there's parts that are shaded and shadowed, and you got to know that that's, you can do it with a pencil, but you can also do it with markers, and there's just a lot of stuff, that you got to think about. But I went out and I got, at first I was doing like just in my notebook, like an old school notebook with some pencils that I had, and I was just getting the hang of it again, and I was really having a good time. Like, I went online and I looked up some reference photos, like some traditional, like American traditional tattoos, and I just started drawing them, right? And I don't know, it's all the muscle memory. It's coming back. I can feel it coming back, and I can tell it's coming back, because I've been drawing a couple days now, like about a week now, every day. And every day that I draw, and every day that I'm actually putting the pencil on the paper, the drawings are getting way better, just day by day. And I'm feeling like, I'm noticing like I'm able to do my lines straighter, and I'm able to do my inking a little bit better, and I'm able to kind of make a plan in my head of where the drawing is going to go, if that makes any sense. But I'm having just a lot of fun with it. And so I went out and I got a sketchbook, and I got a couple of things. So I got a new sketchbook. I got I was gonna get like a set of like Copic markers, because I wanted to do like the blending a lot, but I ended up getting, they didn't have any, so I ended up getting like Posca markers, and they're like, it says they're water based on the thing, but they're like paint. Like, it's literally like drawing with paint. And it's just kind of fun learning how to use those and how to make different designs with them, and the difference between like the markers I'm used to and using these ones, and it's really cool. But today I went out and I did get a little set of Copic markers. Nothing crazy. It was like probably 15-20 bucks. It was like a couple markers, just grays. They were like all grays, and I think there's like a black in there. But I just got a small set because I want to learn how to actually use them, how to actually blend with them, and I think if I'm doing like, if I learn how to like use the shadowing and like the shading techniques using them, it'll benefit me. And once I get another source of income, then I can start spending like 60-70 bucks on like the big packs or whatever. But for right now, I'm pretty chill with what I got. I also got like some fine liners, and I got a mechanical pencil, because I've never used a mechanical pencil before. I mean, like in school I have, but for like drawing I've never used one, so I just wanted to see if I liked it more. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where that hobby is at. So right now, to wrap it up, I guess the plan is I need to find a new source of income immediately. The other thing I did want to talk about real quick is that I am moving. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be moving houses. There was some stuff that happened, more personal stuff, and unfortunately, it means that me and my family have to move. And so we're thinking about staying in the city, but the way prices are and all that, we're probably gonna have to move outside of the city. And so we're thinking about moving to a place, it's not super far away, but it's more of like a rural area, and it's about, I think it's probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour drive from here. Might be a little less, I don't really know exactly, I've only been out there twice. But um that's kind of, I'm gonna have to talk to my mom about it, because if I get a, like, where my head's at right now is if I get a job somewhere and then immediately have to move, that kind of sucks. But I think what I am gonna just do, like what's in my head right now is, yeah, I am gonna find a job, because I don't know exactly when we're moving. It could be like in June, I don't know. So my plan of action right now is just get a job somewhere, anywhere, have some money coming in, and work on figuring out what I want to do, make like brainstorming ideas and shit like that. I don't know. Just figure something out, But step one is get a source of income, one that I can do reliably, one where I'm not having so much anxiety and stress that I'm getting sick all the time, and one that it's not going to keep me up at night, just hating the thought of just going in, So that is step one. Step two would be figuring out what I actually want to do career wise, because I have a lot of interests, and I'm pretty sure I've got like ADHD, because I've been jumping, my interests have been jumping a lot. And right now it's set on art and all, like the drawing and tattooing and stuff, but in 3 months it might be something totally different. So I'm gonna just get that little job, something, maybe even something part-time, I don't know, because right now I'm looking around and I've got a couple applications out, but pretty much everywhere around the city is part-time. So I'll probably talk to my mom and my brother about it and see what they say and see what happens, because I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing with any of this, but I'm making it work. I think that's the best anyone can do, is just make shit work, make shit happen. So go check out my Instagram. I'm gonna be posting some of my art clips. I just posted some of the ones that I'm more proud of. They're not great by any means, but they're the ones that I think look okay, presentable at least. So go check that out. Leave me a comment, just with anything. I'm looking for some advice, honestly. But yeah, no, I don't know how to end this. I'll just say, hopefully y'all have a good day. Hopefully y'all are stable and staying safe and all that. And yeah, just wanted to say that I'm confused and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I don't think I'm in such a negative headspace anymore that it's gonna be like a horrible thing. I think I just need to take my time and really think some shit out. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all here. Again, hopefully y'all have a good one, and yeah, peace out.